something crazy happened to me a couple weeks ago. I pretty much overdosed on a natural supplement, and I posted this in my story, and everyone thought that I OD'd on some edibles. Been there before, but this was not that experience. I accidentally take too much of an edible, and it just hits you 2 hours later in the face. This was a little bit different. I took a nootropic product. It was a sample coming from not our manufacturer, not our product, so don't stress. It's not out there in the world. I was the only one who took it, but it was supposed to be 4 pills. I took 8, which I didn't think should have been that big of a deal. Went on with my day, worked out, went to the office, showered, everything was fine. I'm sitting there, I got flush red and just like started to feel nauseous and not good. So I went outside to like get some fresh air. And the second the sun hit me, I was like in the heat, I just started throwing up. And I threw up my breakfast and there were full chunks of apples. So the other wake up call was that I need to chew my food a lot better. But then I tried to drive home, couldn't make it home, got to my gym. I'm laying on my gym floor, on my gym couch, like just on the ottoman, just like shaking, heart rate's pounding, sweating, cold, hot, like back and forth, like brain's so wired, like I couldn't look at my phone, I couldn't look beyond like 5 feet in front of me, so I couldn't drive because everything was just like shaking. And I was like, am I going to the hospital? Like this must have been the thing I took, what's going on? I couldn't figure it out. And I laid there for a total of I think 4.5 hours. And there were bits in between where I was like, okay, let me take a sip of water, and I would puke that up or try and text someone to figure out what the fuck's going on with me. So long story short, the formula was written as 200 milligrams of huperzine rather than 200 micrograms. And for those that don't know, a microgram is 1,000 milligrams. So I took double that. So I took 2,000 times the dose of huperzine, and it just smacked me in the face and took me out for hours, and it was not a fun experience. I guess there's something called a parasympathetic rash because huperzine is an acetylcholine inhibitor. It's supposed to lock you and give you good focus, like chill, good focus. And if it's just too much producing, too much signal in your body, I just had like my nervous system like shut down and overloaded and was just trying to get it out of me because it was like toxic because it was so much. And honestly, I'm lucky that it was I'm big enough to handle that and it wasn't more serious because taking 2,000, like think of taking a pill. I have these pills for 200 micrograms in my closet. Imagine having 2,000 of those pills and just taking all those at once. Absolutely absurd. So we will not be making that product. But the point is, this is my weird brain and the way it works. But every time something fucked up happens, I don't try, but I naturally take a lesson from it. Beauty from my favorite book ever, Man's Search for Meaning. To be worthy of your suffering is if you're going through something shitty, if you find meaning in what you're going through, at least there's a point to it. When I was lying there, I realized that was probably the first time in a decade or longer where I had just done nothing for hours at a time. And probably the first time in a year at least where I've done nothing for like an hour, where like I'm not trying to read, I'm not trying to listen to a podcast, going on Instagram, trying to do work, talking to someone, calling someone, going to the gym, doing this, that, trying to consume something. I feel like I'm constantly trying to consume, to progress myself, to learn something, to be smarter, to be a better parent, to do this, to do that. And if I have a second of free time, it's like, what book should I read? Literally to the point where I'll have I have my audiobooks and then I have my Kindle and I'll have 6 books at a time that I'm reading. Because I just if I'm in this mood or that mood, I want to learn this or that, I'm on that. Or I'm listening to a podcast and I'm listening to the podcast, I'm looking up something I heard about the podcast. I'm just stimulating my brain way too much and trying to consume essentially rather than just be. And I was sitting there and I was like, part of me felt really calm and I was really stressed and my body was stuck, but my mind was kind of calm. And when I came out of it, I felt a little bit more at peace than I have for a while. I felt a little bit anxious recently, and I feel because I just keep trying to do too much too often. I feel like it's so rare now for people to appreciate doing nothing, especially with social media and our phones always being in our pocket and ready to go and ready to something to do, and this culture of needing to work and to hustle and to do more and more. The idea of doing less to feel more or to feel better, I feel is so rare. And I remember I had this old quote from this book I read in my phone, so I pulled it up. It says, "Who are you that is lost in trying to build the concept of yourself in order to be found? You will never find yourself in what you have built to define yourself. You can find and build and learn the most beautiful collections of thoughts and emotions and actions, but ultimately it's still not you. You are the one that built it." And I feel it's such a banger for me right now, is I'm trying to consume all these things to be someone I want to be, to feel the way I want to feel, and to progress rather than being present in the moment and remembering that who I am has always been here, in the absence of bodybuilding or this, knowing this or that, or YouTube or followers or this or that, or being a dad and all these things. I'm still me. there's still like the core of me. I'm the one that experiences everything in my life, and being able to slow down sometimes in life and go back to that is just like, that was a lesson I learned from that. It's like, okay, if you have some time now, free time, it doesn't have to be learning or consuming. It can be just being with yourself and learning who you are, learning what you need to let go of, what you need to shed off of yourself rather than adding in more. So that was my lesson that I learned from my experience of overdosing on Huperzine. Take what you will from it. I'm taking that from it. So with all that being said, Justin's in town today. We're going to be doing some workouts. I'm going through a phase of putting back on muscle, and we're doing some giant sets this week. So it's just really high volume. I'm going to be eating a little bit more carbs and just throwing it into the muscle so I get nice and big coming into the Olympia. I think we're going to do a strongman workout as well. So we'll be running through all that stuff, doing some stuff for standard, the app, and all that good stuff. So I think that's really all that's going on. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys at the gym.
Pull your heel in. You can do it somewhat loosely.
All right, got Mr. Justin King back. People are always enjoying the knowledge that he spits when we train together, and I enjoy it too because we just ask crazy questions. So cool shit coming for this workout. We're doing a crazy giant set hypertrophy shit today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a strongman workout this week, I think.
That's gonna be
strongman
great.
style stuff, which we'll talk about. He'll talk about like the intention of why personally and why it's beneficial.
Yep.
Good, but today, pure hypertrophy, trying to get huge, some giant sets, smoke the muscle. We've been trying to like rebuild size of me now, so when we go into more athletic stuff, I have the size to hold on to, right?
Exactly.
Intention.
And it's a personal journey too. Like, you want to be as jacked as you can while being athletic. So like, if you want an extra 5 pounds of muscle, like, we'll take a few weeks, few phases, put it on. You can have your cake and eat it too. So,
And like the hybrid guys, if you start jacked and then you start running,
yeah,
it's easier to be jacked running.
exactly.
Versus being a little skinny runner who's trying to get jacked while running marathon, it's way harder to do.
Yeah, yeah.
So at least I got a decent amount of tissue from a decent career I had. So.
Yeah, yeah. Now we're just doing the reverse. Now we're just getting you set to where you can do the running and all that stuff. But it's coming fairly easily. Your body responds really well to stuff. So
Responds well to growing, but
yeah,
anytime we move a little fast, it's like,
it's like, oh,
slow down,
this,
slow
this,
down.
this.
So strengthening that stuff, but today
Yeah.
we're jumping into it. So fun workout.
All right, here we go. Squeezing as you're coming down. Squeezing, squeezing, squeezing. Get a pause, and then squeeze it back up. There you go. Squeezing in the stretch. Squeeze up. Yep. Yep. Get a pause. Good. Actively squeezing in the stretch. Good. Give me a little more extension at the top. There. One more. Come on. Go, 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 go. Good. That's good. Let's dump them and move on. All right. Double barrel. Squeeze. There you go. Quarter in the bottom. Go, 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 go. Quarter in the top. Squeeze. Get a good stretch. There's 2. Good. Good. Up, 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 up. 2 more. Quarter. Go. Control. Quarter. Last one. Fight, 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 fight. Good, got it. Yeah.
I walk really slowly over here.
Motherfucker. Here we go. And then 3, 2, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Big stretch. And then squeeze back. 2, there's 2. 3, 2, there's 3. Good, no speed in there. Make it difficult. Yep, yep, all the way, all the way. Go another. No momentum, just squeeze, I'll help it. 3, 2, yep, one more. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, 3 up, squeeze, squeeze, that's good. Here we go, we're going fly. Drive the biceps across. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades together in the bottom and then squeeze up. 3, good. Again, go. There's 7. One more, keep the arms a little longer. Up, 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 up. That's good. Last bit of intention on these flies, halfway through the last set of these. Good squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. There you go. Right back in, go, squeeze, squeeze. Come on, come on, come on. You have one more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Make them good. 3, 2, 1. Very good. We're looking for 7 again on the tsunami. It's a failure. Yep, and there's 1. 2. Yep. Come on, another. Make it hard, make it hard. Squeeze. Squeeze, not there. Come on, come on. Right back down. Get in, get in, get in. Right back in, bottom. Now squeeze. 2. Come on. 1 more. Up, 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 up. Come on, finish. Hey! That's good. Good A series.
Like this was always hard, but like when I used to train for volume more specifically, my body was prepared for hypertrophy volume.
Yeah.
Haven't really been doing that now. It's like, oh, my chest is destroyed now.
One set.
That's like as much chest volume that I've done in a month.
Yeah.
Smoked. It's a different feeling. I'm used to training like maximizing rest for maximum load output, and this is just like destroy the muscle. Load doesn't matter at all. So like weights are just dropping and it's getting harder and harder and harder. My chest is like, by the time I would get to the fly movement, they're lifting my arms up to grab the handles. It was just toast, but it feels good. The workouts are always more fun too with someone to push you to do and speed you up. Because I would be like 15-second rest, all right. 2 minutes later, I'd be like, oh shit, whoops, get back into it. But it's good to speed it up a bit.
This is true hypertrophy. You have someone like Milo Sarcev who popularized giant sets, and the idea is you just trash as many muscle fibers, angles, contraction types as humanly possible. So Chris has been doing a ton of athletic-based stuff, but he wants to be jacked and athletic. So we sent it with friggin' giant sets. 5 different chest movements, different tempos, angles, implements, and the idea is just like, he shouldn't be able to contract his chest by the end of it, which was achieved. So we're good. 5, 5 and up. Push the elbows to the ceiling. 6, 6 and up. There you go. 1, go. 4, 2, 1, go. 5, 2, 1, go. 6, go. 7. Good stretch, good stretch. Go. 1, go. Good. 2 more. 2, 1, go. 2, 2, 1, go. 1. Good, got it. Push down right in. 4. There we go. Get in there, get in there. 5, 5. Go. 6, 6. Go. There you go. Squeeze hard, back out. Squeeze hard, back out. 3, 3 and out. Go. 8, 8. There we go. 9, 9. Last one. 10, 10. Good. All right, right in here. Grab like halfway up. A little higher, a little higher. Yep. Elbows tucked, and then it's just boom, go. 9, 10. You'll lose the range of motion, but not yet. Keep going. 12, 13. Don't stop. 14, 15, 16. Try to keep this still. 17, 18, 19. Yep. Let the half reps happen. Let them happen. 21, 20. Keep this still. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. You're almost there. Go, go, go. 4 stretch. 3, 2, bingo. Great work. Great work today.
All right, so wrapped up that workout. Arms, chest, smoked right now. I'm gonna be absolutely huge. It has been 30 minutes-ish, and I didn't eat anything, so I lost the anabolic window. So Justin just said the workout was pointless.
Yeah, you brought up a good idea, though. We can just run it back right now.
Yeah, just do it all over again.
You're good.
People watching this and hearing about giant sets and stuff like this, it's a tool. It depends when you use it. When would be a time where someone would apply this kind of tool into their training?
Once you've built a base of strength, doing something like this where you're using sub-maximal load because you're fatigued set after set after set is not good if you don't have a base level of strength. Mm-hmm. You're not going to recruit muscle to actually create a stimulus for hypertrophy or whatever it is that you're using it for. So like for you, this is a great advanced method for someone who's been training and doing their 8 to 10 reps and they just started getting into periodization and following something. Give it a little bit of time, and this would be something good to do. And usually people are going to want to pair this with something like a calorie push, because I mean we want to fill you up with carbs, fill you up with protein. I would even say like lower fat during a phase like this, and just let your metabolism churn and super compensate glycogen stores.
So would this be something where if I'm doing legs tomorrow, legs would be giant sets, and then if I'm doing shoulders the giant sets, and every day I'm eating high carb, or is it like one day a week I'll do that and eat high carb that day, and or it's everything?
The base model that would fit across the board is your entire plan for the week would be higher carb, higher protein, a little bit lower fat. Most people are going to do really well with that with giant sets.
Yeah.
But within that, like you being advanced, we'd look and we'd go, okay, this is a bigger muscle group and this is a smaller muscle group, so we're going to set the macronutrients up specifically for the day. Or maybe there was a group like, let's say you wanted to bring your shoulders up. That's a small muscle group, but maybe we want to bring them up, so we'll push even more carbs for a day like that.
Yeah.
So you can play with it like that too.
And how many like weeks in a row would you, or 1 week in a row of this style of volume?
Oh no, you could apply this normally.
Yeah.
So most people 3 weeks, or like 3 to 4 rotations through your split will be good, depending on what your split is. Anything more than 6, you're doing the same thing over and over again. It's going to be difficult to progress, and it's going to be difficult to not start to create overuse patterns, which then you get injuries from that. So yeah.
All right, last question, because people ask me this all the time, and we did at the beginning. Why does Chris do chest press with his elbows tucked all the time?
Generally speaking, he's doing that right now because that variation is going to be safest for the shoulder, and it's going to be best long-term for strength development. So like, it's not like I have a problem with barbell pressing, or like we were just talking earlier this morning about like a guillotine press, or doing like, what was the one that we were talking about biacromial. But in general, doing like a guillotine press where your arms are way out like this, it's a pronated grip, they're all fine. But generally, like especially nowadays, we spend a lot of time like this, and so it starts to reshape all the fascial lines so everything's internally rotated and pronated. And for you, post-shoulder, post-bodybuilding, where everything's like this, we want to open you up as much as we can. So if you can go neutral, if you can keep the elbows just a little bit closer for a little bit more of a range, it just changes the stimulus a little bit. It's a really good, safe option. Like if you don't know where to start, it's pretty good. Yeah. Whereas most people are doing like a wider pronated, nothing wrong with it. But
you think I'll get just as strong in that form as I would with my shoulders abducted?
You will get stronger because of the fact that one of the limiting factors to you getting stronger than you were before is how long can we go without getting an injury.
Yeah.
Strength is a time game. The people, like if you look in powerlifting, the people who are in it the longest with the least amount of injuries, strength is a long-term thing.
Yeah.
So if we're going into like the old man strength years and you're 45 and you want to be incline pressing the 175s, like it's a time game.
Yeah.
So we would use that sometimes. We would use this one sometimes, barbell sometimes, Swiss bar sometimes. But yeah, I would argue that the way that we're going, you'll get stronger faster.
Hell yeah. All right, dope. Well, that's the workout. I'm gonna eat some food, so see you later.